60 of the 1,000-day challenge. Let's get into it. Sneeze on it to sneeze. Hello. What's going on? That's good to hear, my friend. Yeah, not too bad. Just chilling out in the lounge room. After this, it'll be an early one because I got to move the desk. This is the last thing I ever moved. Everything else is moved out under the carport and in the kitchen and everything, ready for the carpet to come in tomorrow. I was debated whether to do it on the phone, but I thought, fuck it. I'll just get this done pretty quick and then I'll go out there. Then I'll go to bed. So the bed's behind me here. How are you, Bullet? I'm doing good. What's been going on? Doing great, aside from the heat that is just killing me. Oh, that's right, you're in Europe, so the heat will be starting to kick in. Did you get one of those, is it the Shure microphones? Is that what you're talking about? Are you moving to a new house? Nah. I live in a housing house, and they were supposed to put the carpet in like 5 years ago. But, we sent them a crazy email, and now they're onto it. So we just had to move everything out so they could get the carpet in. It is what it is. Nah, I wish I was moving, but that'll be a little bit later down the track. New carpet first. Yeah, I got the Shure MV7. Yeah, how does that work? Is it good? I was thinking about getting that. But I was more of a reward if I can achieve some goals. But yeah, that's the best of the best, that one. No idea how it compares. Since it's the first proper mic I got my hands on, so far it's been great. Night and day difference. Yeah, I know it blocks out a lot of the noise. It's really good at that with the suppression. Did you get the rest of it? Because I know, like, some of them you need, oh, no, I'm pretty sure it depends on, like, the mixes and stuff that you get. They can block out a lot of the noise suppression. You don't need the, what's it called, the SoundCloud, I think. It's, you know, that little box. The SoundCloud. I'm pretty sure you can get, like, a decent mixer now that automatically fixes the gain on it, so you don't need that. I hope things go well. They'll be right. They'll be right. Just another day. XLR, yeah, that's the one. An XLR cable goes into the SoundCloud, and the SoundCloud would So you got like the mic has the XLR that goes to the SoundCloud. The SoundCloud like has another XLR on the other side that goes to the mixer, but you can bypass the SoundCloud altogether because it's just to increase the gain of the microphone by with these new mixers that they've got. So you don't really need that, and it can automatically get you to the gain that you're looking for because it's very gain heavy. I did a bit of research into that microphone. At the moment, I've just got the old Yeti, She does the job. This little fella here. I had it for years and never used it. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it, MJ. Though it'll be fine. It's not a big deal. Regarding writing skills, do you write by hand with a pen on a notebook or on a keyboard? I do a bit of both. Like I was gonna do it by hand tonight, but mostly it's been on keyboard at the moment. But a little bit by hand. I used to write by hand the majority of the time because, well, I didn't have Microsoft Word or anything really to write it down on. A little bit of both. How's Sunday going? Good job, how are you? Just a bit tired, reading, getting ready to move the last of the furniture, which is just this desk and the computer after I'm done reading and writing, and then, yeah. Go to bed, get up nice and early, get the carpet changed. What about you? How do you write? Do you do it by hand or do you use a keyboard? I didn't get that. Maybe I will one day, but for now I'm very happy with what I currently have and first want to tinker around with OBS filters and all that just to give it a bit more of an edge. No, that's fair enough. If it sounds good and the quality sounds alright to you, that's all that matters, you know? They're pretty elite on their own. What's this? I'm at the keyboard, but I use a pen and notebook to write down the new words I learned to improve my language skills. That is smart. That is a good way to go about it. You learn new words, then you try to put them in multiple sentences so you start to get a better grasp of how the word works, and then bada bing, bada boom, you got a new word in your vocabulary. And you know how to use it. I moved the other week as well because of some routine maintenance that had to be done on my place, and I just moved back. Moving everything was harder than I thought. It's amazing how it all stacks up, doesn't it? It doesn't take much before it, you know, you have a few solid cupboards and, you know, you're trying to wedge your couch out through a small gap in the door. Incredible things. If you're moving your belongings, where will the live stream start tomorrow? Oh, by the time because they're just putting some carpet in, so that shouldn't take too long. And I'll have the desk back by then. Otherwise, it was literally going to be like, where is it? It was going to be right there. It was going to be on a tripod on the phone. But it'll be alright. I figured this only takes like, you know, really 20-30 minutes to pull apart, so it's not a big deal. And then I'll spend most of tomorrow putting it all back in. Wedging everything in, cleaning all the old stuff. You don't realise how dusty some stuff gets sometimes, I swear. Moving a chair was probably the awkward part. In the elevator. And where are you going with the map behind you? No, the map stays. That's on the wall. That's not a problem. Oh, I would have been sitting like pretty much right there, right in front of me. Right next to me. I wouldn't have been far. But we improvise. no matter what. Excuse me. I don't think we'll be able to see it. No, probably not. Not unless I do a really early one tomorrow. But even then, I'll have people coming through the house. I probably won't even have the internet for the day because I'll need to take it all out. I'll use my. Oh, no, I could use my data on the phone. Oh yeah. Maybe just do a walk and talk. I might have to do it in the kitchen where it looks like a hoarder's house out there. Not much room at all. Yeah, I know, it's amazing. You really don't realize how much your house needs to clean till you move a few things. It's incredible, really. All the dust mites and stuff. It's actually really good we got the carpet removed. Can't stop yawning. So yeah, I'll probably do a deep clean as well. The house needs it. Yep. Is that for you? You talking about? With the work? If you're talking about me, I don't know. Like every day is pretty chaotic. I haven't really had a day to actually rest in a long time. Yeah. No, I'm kind of used to it at this point. When you've got the mindset that you know, I look at it like Christmas is around the corner, the Christmas holidays. It's only what, 7 months away, something like that. No, 7, yeah, 7 months, and then I get to rest. It'll be all good. I told the family I'll go on holiday too, but I don't really look at that as rest because I don't know. You're just going around visiting things and doing things. It's not really resting, you know. I wouldn't worry about it. We just keep moving. Never stop. As long as you get some decent sleep. That's all that matters. And I sleep really well. Thou never gavest me a kid, that I might make merry with my friends, but as soon as this cup, which have devoured for him the fatted calf, he said unto him, Son, thou art ever with me, and all that I have is thine. It was meet that we should make merry and be glad, for this thy brother was dead, and is alive again, and was lost, and is found. Yep. What things do you write? Like I said, at the moment, it's the Ramblings. It's literally called the Ramblings of the Magnificent One. And it's nearly done. It's just a mixture of, it's like part journal, part my philosophy, part like, it's just like random, it's just my brain really. Like in different ways. My philosophies on things, yeah, opinions, random shit. It's just, yeah, it's good. It's just rambling. It's really aptly named, The Ramblings. And then afterwards, I'm going to be making a proper textbook. It's going to be a proper book. It's going to be for the dog training that because I want to release that with the dog training and then a driver psychology book. Like it's going to double up as a few things. So those 2 books will be the professional ones. Then I was thinking about making one for all the slang that's out there. I've got a few ideas for books. So there's no shortage. I just write a mixture of different things, really. But what do you write, mate? Yeah, Bullet, I got a weird brain. I got a really weird brain. It's what makes me me. Purpose of writing is to improve spelling mistakes, to differentiate between tenses, or for another reason. The purpose of writing. For you is to do that, yeah, to improve spelling, yeah. For another reason, that could be anything. When you think of it. I just write because I can, I suppose. Because I always wanted to. It was always on the list. Write a book. A lot of people have that, I think. I think a lot of people want to write a book. So I was like, fuck it. I'll just start writing and see what happens. Oh, you're not alone with the spelling mistakes? I think that's pretty common. I swear social media and the phones have made it worse. What's this? You want to eat mangoes? Are you setting me up for a joke, Kushtab? Can sense a joke coming. You wouldn't be trying to trick me, would you, my friend? I've given up trying to fix my spelling, you know. I was really good as a kid and then it just turned to shit. It just turned. I swear, all because of like, it's from having autocorrect and everything like that, never really needing to focus on it. It's weird. I'm sure if I, you know, tried hard again, I'd be alright. Are you too scared of me? Oh, a little bit Kushtab. Just a little bit. Maybe if you reach day 288, I'll see who's booking the store and buy it. Who knows? You never know. It'll be on Kindle. It'll be somewhere on there. I'm going to get like 10 hard copies. And the rest can go on Kindle. Or something like that. One of those ones, like the Amazon one. I'm not really releasing the book for money. Yeah, I'm just doing it to say like, ah, look, I made a book. You're just eating mangoes. That's why I ask you. Yeah, mangoes are good. If money isn't that important to you, I'd like a discount code if you publish your book. Yeah, why not? If you're a follower, yeah. On Kick or Twitch, you get a discount. Why not? No problem, I'll follow you on Twitch. Kick or Twitch, it doesn't really matter. For you, my friend, you know, you give me interesting things to think about. You're good to talk to, so of course. I'm not just like a rando who's like, oh, yeah, I'm just following so I get the discount. Like, well, that doesn't count. You can unfollow me now if you want. That's what I'd say. Oh, you're welcome, buddy. You're welcome. It's really not a big deal to me. Well, what is this? I have always had this idea of writing a story from the point of view of regular people, from someone else's terrible work. A fiction where the protagonist is a complete monster, but the genius thought they were writing like a complete angel of a person, like the book Empress Teresa, where a girl obtains reality warping powers. The author is convinced that the girl he created is a great person and does great things with their powers. Oof. Shit. A lot more creative than I am when it comes to stories. Huh. It'd actually probably be interesting. Depends how you write it, of course. My wife's got like a better idea for a story than I do. I couldn't tell you about it though, because I get told off. But yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry.
People don't tend to steal your ideas, I guess.
That's like a psychological thing. But no, that seems interesting. That seems like a real psychological thriller. Well, there he is. My 27's my favorite number. Did you know that? I remember being 27, the prime of life. Not being old. You feel old when you're at 29. Now, have you ever like fleshed out the idea for the story though? Bullet? You never know what could come of it. The more you flesh these things out, you're probably busy, of course. That's usually the biggest constraint when it comes to making a story. You really got to put time aside for it. But otherwise, yeah. Well, there you go. You learn new things about me. Just got fascinated with terrible fiction. A common thing is the protagonist being incredibly evil, but the author is just so bad at writing that they don't realize it. It's half like my book then. The author is just so bad at writing, but they don't realize it. No, but it would be good. Sometimes it's like a movie, you know, where it's so bad it's good. I've got a feeling it probably would be something like that. Yeah, but if you ever just like flesh it out, you know. Even a bad writer can be a good writer. You never know. Sometimes the harder some people try, the more just seems ridiculous to read. I feel your face is clear in the kick. It's probably the bitrate. No, the bitrate? I keep saying bitrate. Bitrate. It's probably something to do with that. Empress Teresa can be either a 10 or a 10 because it's so bad that it's pure cinema, or like a 1 out of 10 because it's just too painful to even enjoy, ironically. I'll have to add it to the list. You'll have to remind me. I've already got quite the reading list that people have recommended to me. Got Viktor Frankl. We've got there's another girl. She does some streaming. She's written a book. What was her name? Dorkalicious Kitty or something like that. She's like this 6'8" girl. What else is there? I'm still finishing this massive. Oh, this thing is thick, mate. Oh, try not to destroy the PC. The Bible. We're nearly there. Look at that. We got this little bit to go. That little slither. So I'll add it to the list. Teresa, is it? Empress Teresa. That's an interesting name. Empress Teresa. Oh, she's a big one. So I've only been reading it for what? Since October or something, November. I've only been reading it for 7-8 months. It's crazy. I've read a few other books in the meantime. I probably could have finished it by now, but it was just so hard to read. The first, because I thought the Old Testament was hard. And then when we got to the New Testament, the way they made Jesus write in this old style, it was very difficult to read. And I think that just was Matthew, the way he wrote it, because the rest of them are all pretty similar, and it's a little bit easier. It's not completely easy, but it's a little bit easier. The book's large, all right. It's got about 1,000+ pages in it altogether. Ugh. Like usually I read it, but I don't know why. I just haven't been reading it tonight. I suppose I should start reading it. Preach it. What version of the Bible is it? It is. I think it's the King. The King, yeah, authorized King James version. Like, ready? Like, where are we? Reproof of the Pharisees. That's what we're up to. And he said unto them, Ye are they which justify yourselves before men, but God knoweth your hearts. For that which is highly esteemed among men is abomination in the sight of God. The law and the prophets were until John. Since that time the kingdom of God is preached, and every man presseth into it. And it is easier for heaven and earth to pass than one tittle of the law to fail. Whosoever putteth away his wife, and marrieth another, committeth adultery. And whosoever marrieth her that is put away from her husband, committeth adultery. And it just keeps going and going and going. The rich man and Lazarus. There was a certain rich man, which was clothed in purple and fine linen, and fared sumptuously every day. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate, full of sores, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores. And it came to pass that the beggar died, and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died, and was buried. And in hell he lift up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus, that he may dip the tip of his finger in water, and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame. But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus received, and Lazarus evil things. But now he is comforted, and thou art tormented. And beside all this, between us and you, there is a great gulf fixed, so that they which would pass from hence to you cannot, neither can they pass to us, that would come from thence. Then he said, I pray thee, therefore, Father, that thou wouldest send him to my father's house, For I have 5 brethren, that he may testify unto them, lest they also come into this place of torment. Abraham saith unto him, They have Moses and the prophets, let them hear. And he say, Nay, Father Abraham, but if one went unto them from the dead, they will repent. And he said unto him, If they hear not Moses and the prophets, neither will they be persuaded, though one rose from the dead. And it just goes on and on and on. Hey man, your profile... messy, I like messy, you know. What about you? Your profile picture shows off your muscles, dude. You look huge. How long did it take you to get to that size? That's when I was in I think I was like 94 kilos there. I've been going since what? Not last November, but the November before that. And that photo was taken around, what, February, I think? So it's been, I don't know, like 15 months. A little more. 15, 16, 17 months. Nearly a year and a half. I'll admit I've cut a bit of weight now because some guy called me a fat cunt. So I'm trying to cut some weight and get a 6-pack because I've never had one of them. Always wanted one. But I just needed the extra motivation from some guy calling me a fat cunt. And I sent that picture. Do you know why that picture is specifically where it's from? I'll tell you the story behind it, right? That one, there was some random guy. It was like some 40, 50-year-old dude, this like bald guy. And he just randomly sent a picture of himself. You know how like he was just like, it's like he's had a pump at the gym and he's like fucking tensing up real hard. He's got his vein popping out in his head. And he's taking a picture of himself in the mirror, you know, at the dumbbell rack. And he sent that for some reason to my wife. And I don't know why. But so I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take my own photo and I'm going to send it to him. And he was like, that's the photo I sent to him. And he's like, who the fuck is this meathead? And I said, this is the magnificent one, and don't you forget it, you bald cunt, or whatever the fuck I wrote to him.
Well, he was sexy.
Yeah.
Imagine how many women he sent that to.
I was like, I said, you don't send that shit to my wife, mate, otherwise you're going to get pictures of me. And it's going to get more sorted. Don't worry about that. We'll get the baby oil out. There's going to be less clothing. We'll do a strip tease. Like I said, you're not going to like it. You're going to have to block me, son. But,
Testicle slit.
yeah, I'll have a ball hanging out. So, do you like unsolicited photos, mate? So, yeah, that one's called, and don't you forget it. Because I wrote that at the end to him. And this is a magnificent one, and don't you forget it. Hit him with the thug shaker. What's that?
So you did.
That's where that photo came from, though. Yeah, I thought, I'm going to send... Yeah, I see here, what did I write? Constipated looking fuck or something, I don't know.
Yeah,
Hold on, it's somewhere in here.
you sure did. It's great.
I think I've got a photo of it somewhere. Where is it? Oh, when did I take that? It's been a little while. It was summer, I had the footy shorts on.
November.
November, you reckon? It was in peak form. It's got to be around here somewhere. Hold on. Like I was... Yeah, that little bit of extra weight. A bit chubby. A little bit chubby. Now I was like a tank. Where is it? The consensus around here. It's this. You must hit him. You beat his face badly. He's an old man. It wouldn't be too nice to do that. It was a hilarious meme like a year ago. Was something about buff men twerking in a threatening way. What? Can you threateningly twerk? I didn't even know that was a thing. Oh, there it is. This is the photo he sent to my wife. Ready? This was the one, this guy here. He sent that. Yeah. So he sends this shit.
Probably to like 100 women.
Yeah. So I sent him that one. And then it was, this is the magnificent one, and don't you forget it, Baldy. Why are you sending constipated looking photos to my wife? Yeah, that was the one. Yeah. Easy peasy. That was a good day. December 18th. Good times. I don't think anyone could ever twerk in a threatening way for some reason. I don't know. How can a grown man behave like this? He's an idiot. But he's got all these OnlyFans women that he follows, Nothing against you, Kushtab. Ronaldo's going to win the World Cup. Yeah, he hasn't won one yet, has he? No, he hasn't. Messi did. So I thought it was funny. But it was going to exaggerate. I was like prepared for it. I was like, if he doesn't stop now, and he did, he blocked me pretty fast, so. Can't really blame him, I suppose. Now here we go, we're up to chapter 17. A lesson on faith. Then said he unto the disciples, it is impossible, but that offences will come, but woe unto him through whom they come. It were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and he cast into the sea, than that he should offend one of these little ones. Take heed to yourselves. If thy brother trespass against thee, rebuke him, and if he repent, forgive him. And if he trespass against thee 7 times in a day, and 7 times in a day turn again to thee, saying, I repent, thou shalt forgive him. And the apostle said unto the Lord, increase our faith. And the Lord said, If ye had faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye might say unto this sycamore tree, Be thou plucked up by the root, and be thou planted in the sea, and it should obey you. But which of you, having a servant ploughing or feeding cattle, will say unto him by and by, when he is come down from the field, Go and sit down to meat? And will not rather say unto him, Make ready wherewith I may sup, and gird thyself, and serve me, till I have eaten and drunken, and afterward thou shalt eat and drink? Doth he thank that servant because he did the things that were commanded him? I trow not. So likewise ye, when ye shall have done all those things which are commanded you, say, We are unprofitable servants. We have done that which was our duty to do. Face your fear. The Bible speedrun is still going strong. It's not quite a speedrun. It's 7 months later. I enjoy talking to you, mate. See you later, and damn that bastard. Yeah, damn that bald son of a bitch. Nah, he's alright. He's alright. He can't help it. He's probably just a lonely old man, you know. But yeah, no, stay magnificent, my friend. Take care. Always good to talk. How's the progress? We are up to St. Luke still. I don't know how much more we got to go. Oh. What is the progress on this thing? This book's just massive. Why does it... It's even bigger than a normal one. So I got it from my wife's grandmother. She's like, here you go, you'll like this. And I was like, oh man, now I've got to read it. Well, I don't even know. Oh, there we go. So up to Luke. Then there's Malachi, Mark, Matthew, Micah. No, is this in... Oh, no. John, Acts, Romans, Corinthians 1, Corinthians 2, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, Thessalonians, Thessalonians 2, Timothy 1, Timothy 2, Titus, Philemon, Hebrews, James, Peter the 1st, Peter the 2nd, John the 2nd, John the 3rd, Jude, and Revelation. Oof. So yeah, we got a little bit to go. Yeah, at least you survived the ergodic experience. Yes. Very good. How do you usually decide what to read on stream? Is it mostly your reading list, or do you also read stuff from chat? That's it. Like my readers, if people who my chatters, if they have books, like I've read a chatter's book before. There's another one I'm going to be reading soon. This is one I was just I was reading it at the start of the year, and then I think it was starting to cook me a little bit, trying to read it out loud with the thus, they, them, commandest, thouest, this is thatest, and start getting a full-blown lisp reading this. And then so I thought I'd give it a break. Then I read some books that I liked, like the Meditations, and then or the Miyamoto Musashi book, the Book of Five Rings. And then I have to get physical copies that aren't like this, because I don't want to really read this because I read in the bath sometimes. Sometimes I'll go in and put the bubble bath on, and then I'll read this on the stream, but not this one. I read what is it, the Odyssey? Homer and the Odyssey. That's what I'm up to in there. So I read a little bit of everything, man. At the moment, it's the Odyssey, and it's this, and then it's going to be another chatters. She also does streaming's book, Dorkalicious Kitty, and then there's going to be Viktor Frankl. It's like another philosophical book. It's like a map to meaning, or what do you know? Not map to meaning. That's Peterson's. How do you say it? It's like finding meaning in your life, or is it finding meaning through purpose, or purpose through meaning? Yeah, the meaning through purpose. That's the one. You got your 1,000 days all mapped out, it seems. Oh, to a degree. I'm waiting for my fucking. I need an SD to come in so I can start filming stuff at the gym. I don't want to use my phone. I want to film some proper stuff, like an out and about for the YouTube. I got a nice camera and stuff. But yeah, I want to go to the gym too, because otherwise people will start thinking, I'm not exercising. But trust me, I am. I wouldn't say it's all mapped out though. Life's pretty crazy at the moment. I've pretty much made it so I'm as busy as I can possibly be. And I don't really want to add any more to it unless it fits all my overarching plans. For every word you read, one push-up. That does suffice. I'll be Superman. But yeah, because I'm trying to become a dog trainer, and I'm trying to do like, you know, I'm trying to level up my career as a driving instructor, and I'm trying to write, like, I've got this book, I'm going to write a couple of other books too. Then like the streaming's more just for some fun because I like doing it. Then I want to make some YouTube videos because that can double and triple up and for what I want to do for my businesses and also for my personal, just for fun. So yeah, I've pretty much stacked everything out at the moment, so I'm as busy as I can possibly be because I wasted so much time that I just don't want to waste any more time, you know? I just don't want to do that. I wasted pretty much my whole 20s. And so I'm trying to run that back, and I'm trying to make up for it by, yeah, doing all I can, you know, while I've still got some youth in me. Yeah, just make sure to give your brain some rest too. Yeah, true. So I said usually I do some gaming after, but yeah, I do know that, yeah. Like usually I play, but because I've got the carpet getting put in tomorrow, that's why my bed's behind me over here in the lounge room. It's not usually in the lounge room. But because we're getting the carpet put in, I'll probably just do this, do the writing, and then I'm gonna move the desk and the computer out in the kitchen. And yeah, I probably better get some rest because they'll come bright and early, of course. Right as I'm like, they'll be banging on the door. Oh, we're gonna put the carpet in. Yeah, mate, settle down. Let me wake up. Let me make a coffee. But yeah. Now rest is very important. I know that. Correct. Don't burn yourself out. Sometimes it's better to just take it slow. Don't see any grey in that mean yet. Not just yet. No, you're right, because I mean, like, I'll admit I was burnt out like probably like 30, 40 days ago. And then I had like a 3-4 day recovery period, and then I was back stronger than ever. So I'm hoping like I become more resistant to burning out. But that's probably just wishful thinking. It is what it is, eh? I don't like wasting any of the time because I'm aware that I'm already dead, really. Like I view life like that. Like we're already skeletons, we're already nothing. So let's not fuck around, eh? Let's get some shit done. Have fun, have a good time, do what you want. Happy days. 10 lepers healed. And it came to pass, as he went to Jerusalem, that he passed through the midst of Samaria and Galilee. And as he entered into a certain village, there met him 10 men that were lepers, which stood afar off. And they lifted up their voices and said, Jesus, Master, have mercy on us. And when he saw them, he said unto them, Go shew yourselves unto the priests. And it came to pass that, as they went, they were cleansed. And one of them, when he saw that he was healed, turned back and with a loud voice glorified God, and fell down on his face at his feet, giving him thanks, and he was a Samaritan. And Jesus answering said, Were there not 10 cleansed? But where are the 9? There are not found that return to give glory to God, save this stranger. And he said unto him, Arise, go thy way, thy faith had made thee whole. Ugh. Catcher in the Rye is also a good choice if you want to read something cool. True. I think I did start reading that. I believe I did start reading that. It was about some kid at school, wasn't it? At the very start. I swear he's in like a dormitory. And I didn't understand the perspective of it because I hadn't really read books. It's fucking embarrassing to say that. But like, I thought it was an actual, I didn't realize it was a fictional story. I thought it was some guy telling his story. You know what I mean? But fucking hell. Yeah, it was pretty weird. I realized, I'm like, hold on. This guy's going on a bit. Like, he's really into these little things that he's writing. And then I realized, oh, fuck, it's not even like a first, like, you know, first point of view account. It is what it is. But yeah, I don't know why I never finished that. I think I just got lost. I was probably drunk or stoned and just couldn't be bothered reading it. But I'll finish it now. Motivation, Mag David Goggins. No, David Goggins is a Navy SEAL. I'd rather be like I'm going to do SAS soldier training, you know? I'm trying to get fit enough to get in the SAS. I'm going to be super fit for that. And I've got to learn to swim without swimming like 20 meters and go... I can run and I can move around and I've got a little bit of endurance, but as soon as it comes to the swimming, fuck, something's wrong with me. Swimming's hard. I guess we're kind of alike though. We're kind of insane. He's a little bit more insane though. I heard he did an ultra marathon and he'd shat himself and he kept on going. I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have pulled out, at least to change my, get changed. Change your jocks. Can't be running around and shit, man. Yeah, I've seen too many videos of that where these people shake their legs and it falls out the bottom of their pants or their shorts and they kick it under the counter or they kick it away. Oof. Don't want to be doing that. Swimming is the easiest thing to do. Well, I take it you swam from a young age. Because when you haven't swum from a young age, it is not easy. It is not easy at all. I'm not alone. I looked it up. Apparently, a lot of people agree with me, man. So I was like, why do you get that relaxed feeling after you've gone swimming? You know, when you feel super relaxed, like all your endorphins are high and everything like that. Learning fourth. What, was 4 years old? 4th grade. 4th. But, yeah, I realized why you get that endorphin rush. And it's because you've nearly drowned. And you've survived, so you feel good. You're 4th grade. Yeah, well, they didn't teach us properly. Not to swim long term. You gotta keep it up. When's the last time you went swimming, Gustav? Christ's second coming. And when he was demanded of the Pharisees, when the kingdom of God should come, he answered them and said, the kingdom of God cometh not with observation, neither shall they say, Lo here, or lo there, for behold, the kingdom of God is within you. And he said unto the disciples, the days will come, when ye shall desire to see one of the days of the Son of Man, and ye shall not see it. And they shall say to you, see here, or see there, go not after them, nor follow them. For as the lightning that lighteneth out of the one part under heaven, shineth unto the other part under heaven, so shall also the Son of Man be in his day. But first must he suffer many things, and be rejected of this generation. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. Likewise also, as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven, and destroyed them all. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. In that day, he which shall be upon the housetop, and his stuff in the house, let him not come down to take it away. And he that is in the field, let him likewise not return back. Remember Lot's wife. Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it, and whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it. I tell you, in that night there shall be 2 men in one bed, and one shall be taken, and the other shall be left. 2 women shall be grinding together, the one shall be taken, and the other left. 2 men shall be in the field, the one shall be taken, and the other left. And they answered and said unto him, Where, Lord? And he said unto them, Wheresoever the body is, thither will the eagles be gathered together. Oof. Trippy. 4th grade, yeah, I got horrible stamina. 2, when it comes to swimming, I am in my element. Huge fan of diving as well. The deep dark ocean has been a fascination of mine for a long time. You just need to find a nice lake to chill in, and the rest is going to come by itself. True, I'll admit it's not hard to actually dive. You're right, I can do that. I can go under the water and sort of like. That's probably one of the better things that I can do in the water is that it's just more the freestyle. Like I can backstroke, all right, but it's the I think it's the freestyle, the butterfly, the breaststroke, all that stuff is a little bit hard. But diving's fun. Diving's very fun. Don't learn swimming in swimming pool, learn in river. Magnificent preacher on a nice Sunday. Yeah. Yeah, well, if you're going to learn about, because that's the thing with when you go to church, sometimes they just, like, you go to church to what? To learn about God, yeah? If you're going to go to church, you want to learn about God or Jesus. You don't want to hear about all this other shit. You just don't. Like, I don't know, sometimes I learn from going, sometimes I don't. And why bother doing that when you can just sort of, read the book? I'll admit this is hard. And eventually I will have to take time to actually try to study it. Proper Bible study. I don't know about with other people, but, you just look it up. You just keep looking it up in a million different ways and you figure out what it really means. And you try to apply it. You try to be better. You try to be a good person. Happy days. Have you noticed I haven't gotten my bottle tonight? That sounds weird, like a big baby. My sparkling water. Because usually when I finish it, I toss it backwards. But if I did that, my wife would not be happy.
She usually isn't anyway.
Yeah, she's usually, not happy anyway. That's correct.
I have to pick them up the next morning.
Yeah, I know, but you wouldn't like it if it just happened to donk you. Bro, I think learn swimming at your age is not good. I think skip this life and learn it next one. No. I disagree. I vehemently disagree with you. If I want to do something, mate, I'm going to do it. If I need to swim in order to pass like an SAS thing, then I'm going to learn to swim. Because I can. Just like I'm going to be doing MMA. I told you that. That's a big one. Learning to swim can be great at any age. It's a fun activity. Exactly. Swimming is fun. I'd like to be better at it, and so I can hit that. I can be better at it, and I can also reach the fitness requirements for the SAS. But yeah, MMA. Oh, that's gonna be fun. I'm actually gonna really, really enjoy that. Chapter 18. And he spake a parable unto them to his end, that men ought always to pray and not to faint. He wouldn't want to faint. Saying, there was in the city a judge, which feared not God, neither regarded man. The importunate widow. And there was a widow in that city, and she came unto him, saying, avenge me of mine adversary. And he would not for a while, but afterward he said within himself, though I fear not God, nor regard man, yet because this widow troubleth me, I will avenge her, lest by her continual coming she weary me. And the Lord said, hear what the unjust judge saith, and shall not God avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them? I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth? Yes. Of the Pharisee and publican. And he spake. So I wish it was a lot easier to understand. This is the most difficult version of a Bible I've ever even read. I just happened to read this this will be the first one I've ever read from back to front. Usually it's just little passages and you're like, oh yeah, fair enough. Makes sense. But it doesn't make any sense. You've really got to understand it. Bro, you are man, and you don't know how. I can swim. I just can't swim fast with the freestyle. I can backstroke. I can swim and not drown. I can float. I can tread water. I can do all that. It's just you know what I mean. You want to be able to swim good, with a freestyle. For some reason, it's just the freestyle and the breaststroke and the butterfly. I think everyone finds the butterfly hard, but it's just that. You want to be able to do that good, to a decent degree. You need to put pink number plate on your vehicle. What are you talking about? What do you mean a pink number plate? What are you trying to say? The Pharisee and publican. And he spake this parable unto certain which trusted in themselves that they were righteous and despised others. 2 men went up into the temple to pray, the one a Pharisee, and the other a publican. The Pharisee stood and prayed thus with himself, God, I thank thee that I am not as other men are, extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even as this publican. I fast twice in the week, I give tithes of all that I possess. And the publican, standing afar off, would not lift up so much as his eyes unto heaven, but smote upon his breast, saying, God, be merciful to me a sinner. I tell you, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other. For every one that exalteth himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted. There we go. Part 1 down. Chapter 18 of Little Children. There we go. Happy days. Pink. What do you mean pink? I'm still confused by that. I doubt one's genital play any role if you can swim or not. Oh, don't worry about Kushtab. Kushtab and I have a little bit of banter. Don't worry about that. Like, he reckons he's going to beat me in an MMA fight, but he's going to see me in an MMA fight in the future, and then he's going to say, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Magnificent One. I should never have said that. You're right. You're my daddy. That's what he's going to say. Aren't you, Kushtab? That's the brilliant thing about Kushtab. He doesn't always make sense. You could say, why read the Bible when you see God after 2 strokes in water?
These balls are so big they won't be floating.
Is that what you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah, a few things can have you seeing God. That's for sure. Is that right though, Kushtab? You think your balls are so big you don't know who I am is. I love the way you write sometimes. You think your balls are so big that they're like buoys, they keep you afloat in the water, yeah? Buoys. I wonder how you say that. Is it just everyone said they just pronounce boys. B-U-O-Y. Is it buoy? Or is it boy? I think it depends where you're from. Alrighty. The first buoy today is a new day. I better change it. Writing. Buoy. Oh well. Good luck. I'm gonna write my own messed up story. Good luck with that, my friend. It's been good talking to you. I like when you stop by. And if you ever do finish it, yeah, let me know. And it'll get added somewhere in this list of mine. I'm probably I should be finished with the Bible by, I don't know, what a day am I on? 60? Oh, should be done by a day like 120, 130, around there. I think I should be done by then. Oh, I hope so. So just a few more months. Then I can say I did it. It's been on my list for years, man. Read the Bible. I don't know if I'll be reading the Quran anytime soon. That's going to be way down the list. Not going to lie. I don't want to get in trouble. Good luck swimming with the big boys. That's right, my friend. Nah, thank you. Bro, you work on Sunday also? I work every day, my friend. I have the odd rest on a Sunday, but for the most part, like I'm not gonna lie, I do prefer to. If I can get a rest on a Sunday, I will. It just seems like every Sunday there's something going on. So it is what it is. But face you for you, stay magnificent if you are going. And take care. What's wrong with working on a Sunday? It's good. That's right, mate. You know, it's true. Like I said, I'm a big fan of not wasting much time. Either work hard, be working towards things that achieve your goals, or at least like if you're not doing that, spend time with friends and family. You know, like see, you're my friend Kushtab. I seriously look at you like a friend. I'm not gonna lie. You're my bro. You really are. If I go to India one day, I'm coming to see you. It's just like God give one free and happy day and you reject the chance. No. God gives me each and every day to be happy. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at that. It's just like God give one free and happy. Even if I do that. And then you'll have like the people at the church or any church will say, you must come to church. You must come. You must go there. It's not good if you don't. It's not good. Even if you're reading, like, don't get me wrong, I understand the importance of the church as a institution and it's sticking around and everything like that. But I don't need to go every week. If it was up to me, I would go most weeks. Sometimes you just want a good sleep in. Sometimes, like I said, I'm reading the thing every day, the Bible. Sometimes I go there and it's just nothing's happening. You know, like I'm there to get closer, like not just sing songs, you know. You know what I mean? Where if you actually they do what I do and you kind of just like most days, not every day, of course, I still make everyone slips up, especially the busier you are. You know, you can be in the shower and find that stillness, that meditation state, that Zen state, that state where like you can ground yourself back in it and you can be thankful for everything. And I thank Jesus and God for that, obviously. And then it sort of grounds you, and then you can be calm, focused. You can see clearly and with a complete crystal clear perspective. And it's a great state to be in. And then it's happy days. You spend time with your family and friends, that's a productive day, not the 24 hours just doing work. 100%. 100%. I think if you neglect your friends and family for work all the time and you don't even want to see your friends and family, then you've probably got an addiction going on. Either something's going on at home and you don't want to be at home, but if you do want to be at home and you do want to be with your like your friends and family, but you don't make the time, then and you're just like working, then maybe it's like that's where the workaholic thing comes from. You've always got to make time for your friends and family one way or the other, you know. I think so. There's that balance because it does reset you when you're around people like that. Because sometimes work can wear you out, you know, obviously. But then when you're around people like your friends and family, depending which of your family it is. Sometimes some family you don't want to be around for as long as others. But for the most part, you feel good and time goes by and you feel regenerated, you know, like positive energy and good feelings and good vibes or whatever it is. It kind of charges you up. Where when you're around a negative person, it just drains the shit out of you. It's like when you're doing a bad job and you know, when you're having a negative time, that negative energy drains you. But when you're having a good time and everyone's happy and shit, like time goes by, everyone feels great. Jesus is all about leniency anyway. To a degree. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, I see what you're saying there. He's definitely about forgiveness. As long as like you mean it, you know what I mean? Like, you know, repent. It's just like, do you feel bad when you've done things that you know you shouldn't have done? And do you want to change? And are you trying to change? And are you changing? Or do you just because some people are really like Christians in name only, like they, you know what I mean? They some of them go to church every single week, but they'll cheat on their wives, you know, like full on, and they'll just keep doing like horrible things that they know they shouldn't do, but they're like, oh, Jesus will forgive me. It's like, no, he won't forgive you for that. Not if you keep fucking acting up and not even trying to get better, you know. But I know what you mean. In the general sense, yes, he's about forgiveness, and he's pretty lenient for who he lets anyone come in. So. They are Christian when it's convenient, but never rarely go to church and don't know a single passage apart from the existence of the Ten Commandments. True that, yep. True that. Like, I'm not gonna lie, you know, like, I've got a shitty memory, you know? I do. I've got a pretty poor, like, working memory. Like, I can remember the gist of things, but if you were to ask me, like, oh, what's your favourite passage word for word? I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. You know, like, all I know is, like, but when it's said to me, like I'm like, oh, I remember that one, I know that one, but like, nothing like always comes to the top of my head, or like, it's just in particular, like, just do good, and be useful, you know. That's sort of like I just get the general idea of it. Like, you sort of, it's a way to follow. Like, you want to be forgiving. You don't want to be like full of hatred and negative, like a negative human being. You want to be full of love, really. And you want to do what's right. And you just want to be a good person. You know? I mean, he's sort of, that's what I know he's trying to, what he's trying to preach. And some things I just don't understand because of the parables. You know, but it is what it is. I don't know, but I just love Sunday. Sunday is just the most happy day in my life. It tends to be the better day, yeah. The roads aren't clogged with morons. You know, everyone's just sort of relaxed. They're a bit calm. Everyone's sort of regenerating, getting refreshed, happy. It's usually a good day. You're right. Sundays are the best days. At least you are honestly trying. There is a difference between someone who is trying and someone who never did and just goes with the little they picked up when they were a kid. Yeah. Well, this is the thing. I was like a full-blown atheist. I just always had a sense of like, you know what I mean? I think there's people who just want to do the right thing and try to be good people. And then there's people who Doesn't matter whether they go to church or not. They're just going to do the wrong thing, you know? Like, I don't know. I don't know, everyone's different, but and it's not my place to judge anyone in particular. Like, I shouldn't do that. But it's something I've got to try not to do. But that's what it is, you know? You sort of see someone and you watch what they do and you hear stories about them and stuff like that, and you don't even really know these people properly. But you'll hear the negative stuff about them and the gossip, and you'll have these preconceived judgments and thoughts in your head, and then all of a sudden you'll write them off, or they're a bad person, and I don't really know if they're like truly bad or whether they just got like they're weak in the mind. You know what I mean? They make mistakes. It's not really my place to judge them. And I don't like when I judge people. I hate when I catch myself doing it, to be honest, because it's like, you know, I've made many mistakes in my life. I wouldn't want to be judged for my worst moments. Bray, don't afraid to judge people. It depends who the people are to a degree. You know what I mean? Like, there's accountability, and you need to be and you need to tell, like, you know, like, I'll judge someone when it's like someone I care about and they need to hear the truth in order to change them. But when it's like some person I have no idea about and know nothing about really, except for just maybe a couple of negative stories, I don't really know anything. You know, like, what concern of it is mine? Is it of mine? Like, it doesn't make sense for me to really overthink about these things. But when it comes to my friends and my family and people that like I can actually interact with and who I can influence and talk to, then I can just tell them the truth, and you know, it is what it is. At least I've tried to like show them. Like, if I'm doing something wrong, I hope people hold me accountable. You know what I mean? I hope people pull me up and say, "Listen, Mitchell, like, pull your head in." But to be honest, I'm an atheist as well. So no, listen, that's fine, man. Like, I was an atheist for the longest time. For the longest time, it was just a series of coincidences that brought me over to where I am right now. But like I said, you'll never hear me like I read the Bible, yeah, but I don't go around Bible bashing and you should believe in the Lord and do this and that, like, because whenever someone did that to me when I was an atheist, I fucking hated it. I hated it. Like, I don't even force my kids to go. You know what I mean? I don't force them to go to church. I say, because they're gonna reject it. You know? Oh yeah, I got bullied in school. Yeah, I could tell you that story. You know, I got bullied all the way up until year 7, and you know what stopped the bullying for me? And kids, don't try this at home, man, but do you know what stopped it? Take a guess what stopped it. I got bullied, and I got bullied, and I got bullied, and I tried to do the right thing, and I tried to go to the teachers, and I tried to, like, you know, ask all the adults and all the people who were supposed to help, and it never worked. And it led to this culmination, a gun. No, not a gun. I'm in Australia, man. No. What happened was I was in class, right? And I was getting kicked in the back. I remember this so clearly. This kid who was behind me, and he ended up murdering someone with a gun, I'm pretty sure. Funnily enough, this kid did. Or he was at least accessory to murder. But he kicked me in the back, and kicked me in the back, and kicked me in the back, and I was telling I was losing my mind at this stage. And you know, I told the teacher, like I said, he keeps kicking me in the back, you know, and she said, "Stop it, Mitchell." And she was blaming me, and I never did anything wrong. Like, I was the most innocent kid you could imagine. I literally was always squeaky clean. Never swore, never did anything wrong, was always trying to do the right thing, timid, shy, like, kind, you know, just all like that. And this one kick in the back was one kick too many. And then all of a sudden, I said it to the teacher again, like, he keeps kicking me in the back. And then she blamed me and said I was making shit up. And so I remember when he kicked me one more time after that, I stood up and I turned around and I said to the kid behind me, "I'm going to bring a great big fucking knife with your name on it tomorrow. Mark my words." And I did. I brought a massive knife to school. I didn't stab anyone, but I didn't need to. I just sort of lost my mind from that point. And I never got bullied again. It was kind of great. And I went down a spiral from there because I went crazy because I said I would rather die than get bullied. You know what I mean? I think some people try to, you know, they get all, they become suicidal. Some people, you know, they turn into bullies themselves. And some of us lose our fucking minds. And I lost my mind. And I was like, I ain't never going to let this happen. So I became a little bit crazy and hyper violent in my mind. Which grade did I drop out? Well, I don't know. Had my son when I was in my year 10. Was it year 9?
You finished your term, but at a different place.
Well, I think I got to year 11 in the end, and then I stopped at year 11. Like I sort of went out of school and then I went back to like learning a little bit later, but I still had it was like year 11 in the end, yeah. But yeah, I got bullied. I think everyone gets bullied though, don't they? I think a majority of people get bullied. At least a little bit. But for me, it was pretty relentless when I was a kid. It was pretty bad. And I was going to put a stop to that as any way possible. It's just, even the bully gets bullied at home. That's where they learn it from. Yep. That's part of it. And then there's also, like, there's psychological studies where they've realized that, I think they tested it on toddlers, man. They said there was just this number. They said 2% of the kids are just more aggressive for no good reason. They were biting or they were scratching or they were punching or they were fighting the others. Just 2% in particular. You're going to have to run. Do you want me to blow the screen as well?
No, that's fine.
Run like the wind.
I can't run like
But yeah, some people are just more violent. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Most of them are bullied at home. No, bro, not everyone. I am the person who bullies others. Good stuff. You say that. I bet you got those pink fluffy dice at home, eh? I bet you got them. You got pink fluffy handcuffs. I bet. I bet you're the kind of guy who gets on the OnlyFans, yeah? Because you say this, but really maybe you're projecting. And maybe you get, like, you know, Sophie Rain with the OnlyFans subscription. Do you get her to, because, you know, I heard, like, Amaruth, I think that's her name was. She was saying how there are guys that will pay her $8,000 just for her to say that they're a piece of shit and to abuse them. Like, they're masochists. But, so do you like it? Do you like it when the girls bully you? Like, is that like a sexual thing? I beat so many kids in school and I so much bully others. And that's why you like Islam Makhachev. Got that Dagestani bully in you. I'll be back. I need a pee, guys. You know what? I'll just tell the truth. I lied. I didn't want my wife being seen on screen.
my pajamas.
And it was a chance to fill up water. The first thing that came to my mind was to just say, I need a pee. But I haven't been fucking guzzling down the sparkles. The old sparkle water. So. I might have withdrawals next week. If you see me like sweating real bad and twitching and picking at my skin and stuff like that and breaking out in pimples.
I'll just fart in your water.
Yeah. No, you won't. Then yeah, it's because I'm going off the sparkles for a little bit. So I don't know. I'm just back to plain old yeah, plain water. So there won't be nearly as many pee breaks. You been into a street fight? Yeah, of course. Yeah. What sort of question is that? When you hang around like as much as I did as a kid, you know, always on the streets. There was always weird shit going on, hanging around the dickheads, and yeah, there were fights. That's where you learn stuff like put the coins in your hand, you know, because I was always prepared, you know. Like I said, you put like a bunch of coins in your hand, or I like the batteries. You could get like those C batteries, and they made your hand a lot harder and stronger. Little tricks. There was some random homeless man who reckons he was an ex-army dude who taught me like these weird methods of fighting. Like, you should have seen the way like the stance he had and stuff, and the method that he had. It was like this: on the front foot you're on an angle, and he said you got to use the knuckles forward. Like, I don't know if he just did some karate courses, or whether they really did teach him that in the army, but there's a whole bunch of useful shit. The kick to the groin. Don't ever underestimate the kick to the groin. So I had a violent mind, Kustab. A very violent mind. It took me years to get rid of that. All the time I was thinking violent things. In a way, I'm kind of designed for violence. Except for my blood pressure. And my terribly weak skin. Probably from the blood pressure, but yeah. What about you, Kushtub? But you look cute. Yeah, because I can't get hit. You gotta stay smart and not get hit. And then your face looks good. With Floyd Mayweather, you know? He didn't look like he got into many fights. That's because he was good at not getting hit. Don't want to look like Rocky Marciano.
Krishna wants to bang your brains out.
Who knows? Right as fuck. I don't know what to write about. I feel like I've covered it all. I've just got nothing else interesting to write about. I think I've emptied my mind completely. Talked about it all. I have a big group of like 15 to 20 people. Well, there you go. And I'm like Miyamoto Musashi, you know. I know how to cut down large groups of people, all on my own.
Talk about weird smells that people release.
Oh yeah. Good morning, Sklay. Fish for breakfast. Wow. I don't know if I've ever had fish for breakfast. Oh, yes, I have. Tuna. I've had tuna. What have you had? What are you eating? I am like God, and I am a God. Yeah. I don't know. Self-proclaimed. Tell me your miracles, Kushtab.
Like, gods don't tend to like bow down to the people, and he bows down to Modi.
Yeah.
He sends me weird videos of him.
Shrimp fillet. Fillet? Yeah, fillet. No, that sounds good. Oh. No, we had, what is it?
Like, still on the bench.
Yeah, I'm gonna have them. I'm gonna eat them. After this, I'm cooking up some noodles.
They say they should probably be in the fridge by now.
Did you want to cook me some noodles? Okay, that's okay.
I'm asleep.
Kushtab, you know, gods, they tend not to bow to other people. What do you mean? I do 5 milliseconds reaction time. I'll admit, that is very impressive. However you managed to pull that off. That was ridiculous. That was very impressive. So is this the... That sounds like hypocrite. Because I said that to Sklay. Like, see, I can't... Like, I don't really know passages off the top of my head. And I'm reading the entire thing. But I said it more like with the church and with being like a Christian. I think it really matters on what sort of person you're trying to be. You know what I mean? Like, are you trying to be a good person? Are you trying to be better? Are you trying to like? But the main thing I got from it was like, you know, love thy neighbors and treat everyone equally. You know, like what is it? Like, yeah, love each other as I have loved you. Yeah, but I only know the gist of things. I could never recite like a passage. I see what you're saying. Like, I sort of know bits and pieces, but I don't really know. Like, I don't know. I think it's just from having a poor memory. I sort of just get the gist of things. But I think it's all about what's in your heart and in your soul, you know? And like the essence of your being. If that makes sense. That probably sounds weird. But yeah. This is just what I think. You'd hope I know at least 1 or 2 stories, you know, like Job and Solomon and David, and I've heard the story of Jesus many times, watched a few movies, but it's nothing like reading it from the source material. God said the most powerful thing we have is love, and it's true. I guess you book right yesterday without any clue. Only can God do. Hey, you're gonna have to elaborate on that one. I didn't get that one. I guess you book right yesterday without any clue. Not sure. But see, like, there's a man who I go to the gym with. Like, he's a great guy. I like him. He's a brother of mine, a brother in Christ, you know. And he's a deep believer in Christ. He is. But I've tried to explain, like, he said he's become numb. And just certain things he said, I don't know. I'm trying to help him see from a different perspective. Not so much, I'm not trying to convince him of anything, you know. I'm just trying to say, like, because he said he's like cold and emotionless and this and that, like from being like a trader and from just doing what he does. And I was like, you have to experience love. You know what I mean? You have to see the love. You have to love life. You know, God loved us. You know, you got to really love what you're doing. You've got to allow yourself to feel like, yes, you know, don't be like a neurotic and be an emotional wreck or anything like that, and let the feelings take over you. But at least like, because he's very grateful and appreciative of things. He's got a great sense of gratitude. And I said, see that if you do that right, that's love. Love is almost like right there in being grateful and having gratitude. Like, you know, I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for the roof over my head. I'm grateful for technology. I'm grateful for the car. I'm grateful for a brand new day. I'm grateful for, like, you know, the opportunities. I'm grateful for being alive, having decent health. You know what I mean? You know, like, and I was like, see, no, it's almost like the next level of that is like, no, like, I love these things. You know, I really love it. Like, it brings me a sense of peace and happiness and joy from within, you know? Where some people think love is just like an emotional bond or something like that. Where love is like a deep... It's hard to explain. Like, I think there's more than one way to use love and a few meanings for it. Poor guy, he sounds like he's having an inner battle. Like, he's very comfortable with himself. Like, I don't know if he's... Maybe he is. Because he's always trying to search, and I think he is to a degree, to be honest. Because he goes on about, what is it? Like, because I told him, like, I know what I want. You know what I mean? I know that I just want, like, my house, and I want to make the amount of money that I want to make. And then I want certain things that I want, and then I don't really want any more than that. Any more than that would be too much to manage. And he's like, nah, bro, you're going to get those things. Like, like you said, you say you want $10 million, and then you're going to want more. And then you're going to want more. And then you're going to want more. And I'm like, no, you didn't understand, man. Like, I'm not going to want more. I'm not. I know what I want. Like I said, and because I said to, like, you know, to God, I said, like, if you gave me these things, if you helped me achieve all these things, and he seems to be leading me one way or another, then I said, I've got to do something for you. Because part of, like, you can't ask God, you know, something unless you're going to do something back. That's in my opinion. Like, because I watched this thing, like, and it's true, they analyze the Bible. I'm not sure if I told you that story, but there's 4 stages to a successful prayer in the Bible. There's like 4, like they put it through Super Grok, the entire Bible, and they tried, and the thing was they wanted to figure out was what makes a successful prayer for miracles to happen. And it was, one, that you know, the fear of the Lord, which is to praise him all the time, you know, praise God, thank you, thank you, thank you, like always being thankful for everything. The second one was when you ask for something, it has to be good, like it has to be like of a good nature, and it has to be something that is related and it's for him as well. Like, I do this for you, you do this for me. The third thing is you can't expect it to happen. Like, it's if your will allows it to be, if that's what you want, you know, but you don't expect anything. And then the fourth thing is repetition. And there's like those 4 elements play out along, like, throughout the most, like, successful miracles, like, where, like, you know, you'll have stories where this guy, he was about to die, and his whole army was about to die, and they're overrun, and then the enemy just gets completely disoriented and confused, and they attack one another, and they manage to survive from this like prayer. Like, there's a few weird stories like that. God has tested numerous of people in the Bible when it came for things. Job was tested. Yeah, he was the biggest example. 100%. And he just wouldn't give up. And then look in the end. And in the end, it was a happy ending. People don't... When you hear the story of Job, nobody... Like, you always hear about how bad it was. He got boils. He's, like, had people, like, die. He had his friends turn against him. He had his wife, like, sort of go against him. He had all this suffering. He had all this loss. But in the end, his family was prosperous. And he got given, like more than he started off with. I'm pretty sure that's how it ends. Like, it's actually a happy ending in the end. But you never hear that part. At least that's from my memory, that's what it was. Yeah, and God proved him wrong. He said, no, not this guy. He's as steadfast as they come when it comes to his faith. Yeah, there was no change in him. So yeah, that's just my theory. Like, you gotta have a sense of love in your life, you know what I mean? And appreciation, and you know, you just gotta have these things in your life. Like, I think positive is better than not being positive. So what would I know, though? What would I know? I'm just a man. I'm just a simple man. What do you think about the people who get tempted by material things? I think it's very understandable. You see it everywhere. You go on social media, there it is. It's flaunted by a whole bunch of people. They see it, they associate it with status, power. People want status, people want power. People aren't content, especially now when the disparity between poor and rich gets bigger and bigger and bigger. You need more material things as a form of security nowadays, so people can get sucked in by it. It's very alluring. It's very tempting. It's very easy to fall into that trap of just you should of course want to be comfortable, and you should, have some level of ambition and aspiration, but it's easy for the greed to corrupt you. That's what I was saying, like when you were saying it's always more and more and more. I was like, no, it's like, I don't think like that. I know what I want, and then I'm gonna just like literally ease off the accelerator, and just take it easy and be like, oh, these are the fruits of my labors. I'm happy now. I can appreciate life. Why would I want to keep going and just like put my life into greed? But some people, it's hard because it gets them more clout, it gets them more attention, it gets them more and those things are all consuming to people in this day and age. Likes, views. Oh, look, these people, I'm getting more views, I'm getting more reactions, I'm getting more comments, I'm getting more likes. I'm important all of a sudden in their heads. Like, you know what I mean? But, like, I could have, like, 1,000 people on here talking away, or 10,000 people, and I'm never going to change. You know what I mean? I'm just not going to change. Like, I'd like to talk to everyone, but I'll just, like, But I don't really think like that. Like, I don't care, like, about that sort of stuff. But what do I think about people with it? I think it's a weakness of the mind. Like, there's a form of ambition that's there, that's good, but then there's a form of, like, they want to be idolized, and they want to be, you know what I mean? I think it starts to go to the wrong place. It depends who they are really deep down. You know what I mean? That you shouldn't, I don't know. I think I haven't really formulated a complete thought on that. I wouldn't want all the riches in the world if I'm unhappy. Exactly. You can be happy with nothing if you really try. But a lot of people don't see that because that's not what they want. Don't forget your first viewer after you become if I become big, maybe, but yeah. But I'll never forget you, Kushtav. I can never forget you guys. Never. How could I? Like, if I ever got, like, a lot of people to watch, you know what I mean? Say that all of a sudden I was getting, like, a shit ton of people watching. Like, and there was just so many chatters. Like, yeah, I'd gift you guys your subs and all that sort of stuff, So that way, and I'd make it like a subscriber-only chat that I see for the most part. But, yeah, I can never forget, like, the main people. The first ones are always most important, I don't forget the people who were there from the start. Wait, is that a goal to become big? Not really, not on Twitch, no. Like, I want a few YouTube videos with millions of views and stuff like that, but I don't know. Like, I was going to go for, like, 1 million followers on YouTube just because you can make some money on there. But, but I'm not going to be, like, selling my soul to do it or whatever. I'm just going to be having fun and doing what I want. But yeah, like, I've got my goals, because I want to retire, I want my house, I want my $10 million, and then I want my homemade gym and shit like that, and ground to do, like, my dog training and certain things, and I'll be set, passive sources of income, a few books written, hopefully getting some residuals out of the more professional ones and courses. Yeah, no, it's a real goal. It's a real goal. I'm dead serious. So, yeah, I know exactly what I want. And I've got the vision to make it happen. So now it's just putting in the discipline and the hard work. How did you come up with the number? Because I figured 10 million's a good number. I don't know why. 1 million will run out, I'll buy a house, and then I'll be broke. 10 million, I should be able to get a house, get some maintenance, be able to, like, set up some, like, decent sources of passive income, and then yeah, then I shouldn't really need to work from there on out. Or you know what I mean? Nearly like spend so much time on it. You know what I mean? I can do more other things that I want to do. Like I'd probably stream a lot more, or I'd spend more time with family and, you know, stuff like that. I'd split it between that and just like keep an eye on the businesses. What's your goal, Kushtab? But I know exactly what I want. I figured out like this is like sustainable. What age did you give yourself an age to do this? What age? I want it done by 10 years. So I want it done by 40. I'm 29, so I got 10 years to make that happen. I want to buy the Andromeda Galaxy and I want to become king. Oh, yeah. You aim high, you know. Even if you don't quite hit your target, you'll still have a pretty good outcome. You might have to just settle for only like a quarter of the galaxy. Maybe not the entire thing. I will never understand how the ultra rich can resist the feeling of just playing Batman. Yeah. Or something to just use it effectively infinite money to solve huge problems. If I was that rich, like close to trillions and rich, I would not be able to sit on all that and just send it straight to. Yeah, exactly. See, I'm exactly like that. See, my idea is, yes, Clay, like I wanted to become, like, because in Australia we have prime ministers here, but I wouldn't want to be a prime minister. I would want to be the president. And I'm not. That's not a mistake to say that. I would rather be the first president to be the prime minister because the prime minister has no power, but a president and a change of the system, smashing the system. Now there you could actually get shit done, and there if you had a lot of money and you knew a lot of people, you could like formulate these ideas that would actually be completely conducive to solving all the problems. After 2.5 million years, our galaxy and Andromeda are going to clash. So they say. Here we go. You're talking about things that are estimated but have no real way of being like known. Oh, science said so. Science doesn't know shit. It knows a lot, to be honest, but it knows what it knows, that it's measurable. You know, and just because you measured the distance of some stars and you tried to figure it out, like I'm not going to get into that again. I'm not saying the Earth is flat. It's not. Of course, it's not. I'm saying that, you know, nobody knows when the universe began. Nobody knows when the universe is going to like be over or whatever it is, how far it truly stretches out to. Nobody, because how can you know that? With a telescope or two, give me a break. Nobody knows what dark matter is. Nobody knows half the shit that's out there. It's very presumptuous. I heard Elon Musk is on track to be the first trillionaire. Would not surprise me. Some people have so much money that they could house every homeless person in their own house. I would love to just sit down with every person to discuss what kind of fun house they would wish to live in. Which fun does design? MC Escher Castles or something, yeah. See, my original, I wanted to create something that was, it was essentially called, I was going to call it Solvers. This was an idea I had years back, but I just couldn't do it. And I just couldn't figure it out. but essentially it's like a massive consultancy thing, right? Where you get all these thinkers. Like, it was hard to explain. It's essentially it's like a Reddit or something like that, but it's not a Reddit. In terms, it's like there's all these forums, and you want a way to like hear the problems, and you want to get all these people who are experts to come into talking about how to solve the problem, and the experts put their ideas forward. And then you've got there are geniuses in the population too that might not be in the field of said problem, but they actually might have an idea that could solve the problem. So if you had like these geniuses who are in the field able to communicate with people who are outside of it, but they're equally as intelligent, or they've got the ideas, but without the people who are in the field already rejecting the people from the outside straight away, because a lot of people are like that. Oh, what would they know? They don't have the diploma. They don't have this. They don't have that. They don't know what they're talking about. And, you know, give me a break. Like, you know, it's neither the people who are running the country know anything when they're just fucking lawyers half the time, or political scientists. You know, they don't know shit. But if you've got people who are open-minded, and you've got people who are smart, and they're willing to come together and join ideas, and then there's like a voting system on what's the best idea, like, and it's all fleshed out, and it's like, this is why this one would work, and it's been sort of all explained. And then you could have like an upvoting system of the best ideas. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. And I wanted to find a way to put that into a website and to attract like experts and to attract everyday people who wanted to solve their problems. Like the experts could get paid for their consultancy and also for their idea generation. You could have, you know, it was something like that. I was going to call it solvers, because the whole thing was designed to literally solve like problem after problem after problem. Right, if you think science is just like our estimation, wrong. I didn't say that. I said science is right about whatever it can measure, but if it can't measure and it's just estimation because it's estimated, wherever there's that little line, no, go and figure it out your own way. It's just that simple. So you've miscommunicated my words. I never said that. I said, like, they know they can measure the temperature. You can measure like the average lifespan of something. You can measure certain things, but nobody knows when the universe began. Nobody knows that. You can guess, you can theorize. That's why it's the Big Bang Theory, not the Big Bang. Well, this is obviously it. You know, we measured it, we saw it, we went back in time and witnessed it. Then, like, if they have proof of it, then that's one thing. But certain things are theories, like deep theories, without like being able to be proven. Do you get what I'm saying? But if you want to argue, we can do that. Why not say Big Bang is fact? Well, there you go. I didn't say you did. But no, but in a way you did, because you said you know how old the universe is. No one knows how old the universe is. That's crazy. How can anyone know how old the universe is? Unless you're like God. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Dumbest thing I recently saw was RFK Jr., the Minister of Health, complain about China making a bunch of new medications and stuff with the USA having nothing to show in return. As if he was not the cause of that with his hostility to actual health science. I am the God. I don't know about RFK. I think he's got the right idea in some things, and then other things he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. I think like it's good to get like the food dyes and stuff out of that. You know, there's certain things in foods that need to go. I think he's got the right idea about that. And then there's just weird shit like the like, was he part of the whole thing that said like Panadol is what gives you autism or something like that? Like, I don't know about that. I don't know how it was. Stay away from that. Like it's not potentially the microplastics, and it's not potentially like the chemicals that are in everyone's foods. You know, like all our foods are sprayed to the shithouse. You know, with pesticides and chemicals and insecticides and all these things, and it's literally, we're just laced with chemicals and shit. Like, we used to just have glass, wood, some basic metals. That was it. Now it's plastics, chemicals, shit. Used to, you know. True, presidents be making rules and judgments when he doesn't hold degrees or things. Like when Kelly had wildfires last year, Trump said, let's destroy the dam that holds our water and let it release downhill to go through the forests. The farmers and regulators said that was a terrible idea, and Trump ended up wasting irrigation reserves. See, I don't know enough about that. I don't know if, like, I don't know, did it destroy the dam? Like, what do you mean? Like, or was he trying to, like, take the water away from the dam in order to stop the actual water, like to stop the fires, because they weren't using it when they could have used it as a source to stop the fires. Like, I don't know exactly. Irrigation reserves, like they've got a lot of water. I thought there's a lot of water, like a serious amount of water. That God is watching your stream. I don't think God's watching me right now. I'll probably disappoint God, to be honest. The brainworms talk too much to him sometimes. I don't know. I haven't really studied like RFK and that sort of stuff enough. I just hear like general bits and pieces in the news. And I know there's so much political polarization that I tend to want to stay out of it, or at least try to think of it from both perspectives. That's just my thing. I've got that thing where, like, I look at things like an alien, you know, like, cause you know what I mean? People, you can either go and box, hey, I'm a lefty, I'm a righty, I'm a this, I'm a that. Like, you want to be like, no, you want to be somewhere, you don't want to be a lefty or a righty, you know what I mean? You want to be, you want to be an individual. You don't want to be beholden to a party or politically captured. But, that's just the way I think. So I try to look at things from both sides. Sometimes it's very clear and obvious. Some things I just don't know enough about. But, yeah. Like, I think, like, when it comes to, like, Trump, like, I don't know. He does a lot of shit that's good, and he does a lot of shit that's fucked up, too. So, I think he's just a man who's trying to get shit done. And, like someone like me was always attracted to Trump, yeah, as a kid. Like I was, like from what, 19, I think I was when he first came along. Because this is why I like Trump. Because he wasn't a politician. See, people like Trump because he's not a politician. Because you see politicians do nothing. They just seem like... You get what I'm saying? Like, your average politician is just so fucking useless and corrupt. Like, don't get me wrong, everyone who's in there is corrupt. Even Trump does corrupt things too, I believe, to help his businesses and stuff like that too. He's not immune to it. But I think Trump is just more like, he's just such a wild card. You know what I mean? He just does what the fuck he wants. And like, and to a large degree, he wants what's best. And when he's willing to do shit, he's a man of action, which appeals to a lot of people. It appealed to me as a kid. I was like, look at this guy. Everyone on his party hates him. Everyone on the opposite side hates him. The entire media is going against him for no good reason. They're just lying and like half the time about him or mischaracterizing him. Because I'd watch what he'd say and watch what the media said. I was like, they're just flat out fucking lying just because he's some outsider. You know what I mean? So like watching that as a kid, I was like, holy fuck. Like the very first story I ever heard about Trump, you know what it was? They said he was Hitler because he moved his hands when he spoke. Because you know how he's very animated and he always does the hands? You know, he's always doing the hands and he's always doing the things, you know, like he's always like that. And so they said he's Hitler because he's animated and theatrical with his hands when he talks. And then and you know what I did? Me being 19, I said to my dad, hey Dad, did you know this guy is Hitler? Because I read this story. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like they've been calling him Hitler since like before he was even like the president for the first time. And then he said, did you watch him speak? And when I heard him speak, he said nothing wrong. He said the truth. He didn't speak like anyone I'd ever heard before. I was like, look at that. He's not just like... He's actually like... I don't know. It was hard to explain. He's real. He's not fucking scared. You know what I mean? He doesn't seem like a political puppet. He just does what the fuck he wants. He's an individual. And that shit is very, very endearing to I don't know, to a lot of people. It was to me for a long time. You know, recently, like... I don't know. I cared less and less and less as it went on, but... RFK Jr. is related to JFK, the president. Yeah, I know that is related. And because of that, he has become extremely vulnerable to conspiracies. True. That would play a part of it when you watch your whole family get assassinated. RFK Jr. has become a very silly man, even though there are little things here and there that are actually true things among the crazy stuff he talks. Hard to separate, though. That is true, you see. Even my mum got deep into conspiracy theories, and the amount of times I said to her, listen, you're fucking crazy. And then later down the track, she'd be right. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I could not fucking believe it. You know what I mean? So, and so that's the same with him too. You know what I mean? I guess that's true. He's going to say things that are true. He's going to say things that he doesn't know to talk about, you know, that he's talking about. But for the most part, it seems like he wants to do the right thing. He's got these outsiders, you know. That's sort of what I think appeals to me. Is that the one with the parasites in the brain? But yeah. I don't know. I look at things from my own perspective. I refuse to be like influenced by too much stuff. Okay, guys, I'm going. Alrighty, Kushtab. Have fun, mate. Stay magnificent. Always good to see you, buddy. You have a good night, good day, whatever it is. But yeah, I just believe people should be able to speak openly about these things, you know? Like, you know, attack the ideas and not the person. I was always big on that. I was always big on that. He had parasites in his brain. Is it for real? Have a brain worm. Whoa. Found a dead parasitic worm in his brain. Experienced severe memory loss and mental fogginess, leading doctors to initially suspect he had a brain tumor. Holy shit. The diagnosis scans ultimately revealed a dark spot, which doctors concluded was a cyst containing a dead parasite. Several infectious disease experts and parasitologists have stated this was likely the larvae of a pork tapeworm. Undercooked pork. Kennedy stated that he suspected he contracted the parasite while traveling in South Asia. His campaign later reported that the issue resolved on its own over a decade, and he fully recovered without lingering cognitive effects. But did it eat a piece of his brain, is the question. So he had a fucking tapeworm in his brain. I've heard about it. I saw that on a House episode once, but yeah, it was really weird. It was like one of the first episodes of House. If you watch the House series, they said there was a chance a tapeworm got into her brain or it was in her leg or something like that. It sits in the bloodstream. It doesn't always go in the bowel because when it lays its eggs in the bowel, because it usually sits in the bowel and eats all your food and gets longer in the intestines. But because the intestines are so permeable, and that's like how things like seep into the bloodstream, apparently like little eggs and larvae can slip through the walls, go into the bloodstream, and they can end up in any part of the body. Which is pretty fucking wild. So he must have had that. Literally. Had some undercooked pork. Bada bing. Bada boom. Tapeworm in the brain. That's pretty wild, actually. I never knew that. Well, I guess that got awkward kind of fast. Alright, if anyone happens to be near it. And, things like that can completely change a person. Yeah. I will never forget a man that committed a mass shooting and right beforehand that he doesn't know what is wrong with him and he wants the doctors to study his body to find out why he feels like he has to commit this horrible thing, and it turned out he had a tumor in his brain. Fuck. he knew it was wrong and that he is evil, but had this compulsion to still do it. Well, that's pretty wild, you know. See, I figured out what could be wrong with me. The doctors, when I had migraines as a kid, like I had massive migraines and ended up in the hospital. And when they did a scan of my brain, they said it was like a subarachnoid cyst or something like that. And I was like, what the fuck is that giving me my headaches? And they're like, no, it's just some congenital thing. Like they reckon I was born with it. And I said, oh, is that what's wrong with me? So yeah, if ever there's something wrong, it's probably that, guys. But don't worry, I don't want to commit a mass murder or anything like that. I want to help people. I'm the opposite. I would like to save people, if anything, if possible. But yeah, that's fucking weird to think a tumor can do that to a human being or anything. But see, it doesn't always affect for the worse. I heard one lady got hit in the head, and then she became really good at maths. But don't get me wrong. Usually, I reckon the outcomes of a positive that are positive are like 1 to 2% compared to the negative outcomes that you get from severe brain trauma. But RFK, I don't know. I just haven't really heard anything like too evil. Like every time I hear about him, it's like he's just trying to, he wants to change things, and then yeah, he goes into that conspiratorial realm. A lot of it can be true though. Like let's be honest, like everyone knows there's like bad shit in our foods. Yeah, like we all know that. Like we all know that there's too many pesticides. There's too much shit. There's too many chemicals. There's just a lot of weird stuff that we're exposed to every single day. Like, and that's just proven. Like that's not a conspiracy. But and it's good to want to make the place healthier again. But unfortunately, like it's part of capitalism, and things will just go through the fucking roof. I do understand that things will be so much more expensive and whatnot. It's just like such a double-edged sword. If you want to make things healthy, we're all going to pay a price, because to make things even like, and everything's fucking expensive as it is. That is the only way, at least from what I have read in medical science, that a person could be born evil. They have to be born with a tumor. You reckon? They have to be born with a tumor, for example, in their brain that changes their personality into that of a psychopath, for example. Oh, yeah. Okay, I get you. So someone who was like normal, and like, because like you said, this guy was actually, he knew what he was doing was wrong, and he didn't want to do it to a degree. Is that what you're saying? That he doesn't know what is wrong with him, and he wants the doctors to study his body and why he feels like he has to commit it. Yeah, where a psychopath's just like, I just wanted to see what happens when the blood runs, I just wanted to stab that lady in the face. Like, that's what a psychopath says. They're crazy. But yeah. But yeah, like, yeah, you can turn a good person into a fucking crazy person with one. 100%. Personality change, yeah. Oof. We're getting deep tonight. Hey, vanilla. Oh. What was it? Caramel. Whiskey. Yeah, coffee. You guys have any good recommendations for like colognes? Because I was struggling, man. All these are like really expensive ones they said were really good. They all just smell like alcohol. Like, I said I wanted one that smells like either caramel, vanilla, coffee, honey, tobacco, whiskey, something like that. Something nice with a bit of something to it. I was going to start a mini garden in our backyard. had this thought that many people could make a mini garden in their backyard, and probably that would help with expensive groceries and prevent some hunger. Yeah, true. That's what they did during the war. They encouraged every single like everyone to grow their own stuff, and it would help with the war effort, and it would help feed people. And now in some places, like, you need a permit to grow in your own backyard. It's pretty wild. Or you need a permit to have chickens. It's like, let people just, you know, do their own husbandry, make their own gardens. Let them do that. Why not? I've read a lot about developmental research, and they all agree that we aren't born a certain way, but shaped by our environment. A kid being an ass in school wasn't born an ass. The craziest experiment I read about how a kid was raised together with a chimp to see if the chimp become more human-like, but the human baby became more and more chimp-like until the scientists had to abandon the experiment so not ruin the kid. I believe that to a degree, to a large degree, but not entirely. To a large degree, I believe, yes, you are shaped by your environment, of course. You are shaped by those around you. You know, there's that saying that you're the sum. What is it, like, you're the 5 people that you hang around the most or listen to the most or whatever, associate with or spend the time with the most, you become most like them or something like that. Where and then there's some people that are just always going to be the way they are. You can have like all these people raised in the same household under the same parents, and they're consistent, and all their kids are different. So I don't know. And I think some people are just natural born killers. Like, some people are like it. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of made killers. I do get that. But I think some people are born to be evil. You know? But I have seen many cases where you're right, where to a large degree, that's why I say to a large degree, it is shaped by their environment growing up. Because, like, I remember watching this little girl. She was only like 6. And she was torturing the cat and doing all these horrible things, and, you know, and then when they went deep into it, her father had molested her when she was like 1 year old, and luckily he died, and she got the help she needed, and then she was all good, and she ended up like recovering and stuff. But apparently, like, that's what really fucked her up, because she wasn't like always like that. We are born with is a need for community. True, and that can be dangerous. You know what I mean? I believe that can be dangerous. Because we're not taught how to be, like, don't get me wrong, most of the time it's not dangerous, all right? What I'm saying is, like, it's dangerous if, like, your community is a political ideology. It's dangerous if your community is, like, a cult that is trying to completely control you, and to a negative degree, you know what I mean? And is trying to, like, lessen your freedom and lessen your ability to think with clarity and critical thinking. But you should have, like, a group of, like, you should have a community of people with like-minded interests. You should have a community of people that want to help one another in a symbiotic manner, yes. But like I said, it's a double-edged sword, like most things. That need for community. That need for community can lead you to a place that is loving and kind and helps you, or it can lead you to a place that will destroy you. But this is what I think, so... Some people are born evil. Jeffrey Dahmer, my father, said when Jeffrey was a kid, he would kill animals and hide their bodies in the forest. There is a phone call between Jeffrey and his father. How his father asked him, "How did I see?" Yeah, how did I see? Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I reckon he's like a rare, like. All right, that's what I'm saying. Like, to a degree, some people are born evil. Like, I really believe that. There just has to be. It can't all be environment. I just believe to a large degree, like, it is the environment, but there are some really bad apples out there, to say the least. For a lack of a better term. This, yeah, can backfire if you're born into a bad environment. Reminds me of a doomsday cults. Like Heaven's Gate, that even after their doomsday had already come and went, they performed was a ritual suicide on the supposed doomsday because of their crazy beliefs. Some actually didn't die but still hold true to that cult. That's fucked. Heaven's Gate, I've heard of that. It's still active today, even though everyone around them knows what happened. That's it. The best and the worst. But I would say would actually be a good example of the parents being at fault. The father knew and couldn't teach his kid. Yeah. It's I think everything's a double-edged sword in life, man. Look at the pen. You know, you can use a pen to write a love letter, or you can use it to write like a ransom note and a death threat. You've got the internet. With the internet, we had the capacity to learn whatever we wanted and communicate and have all this understanding at our fingertips and potential growth, or we could use it to just like watch death and jerk ourselves off to no end. AI, you know, AI could be used to help everybody like cure cancers and fucking fix all sorts of things. Or people are going to become like addicted to it, and some people are going to use it to commit crimes. You know what I mean? And steal people's information. Like everything's a double-edged sword in life. Like I feel that like deeply. But with like, yeah, cults. Cults. I don't know. Cults are fucked. There's no two ways around it. Two ways about it. What was that? Weird noise. The difference between a bomb that can kill thousands and a power plant that can support the lives of thousands is just how quickly the energy is released. The principles behind it are the same. It's true, isn't that right? Nuclear energy, exactly, can power the whole world. Or it can literally destroy the entire world. Nuclear energy. There's another great example of it. It's so true. The world is a weird double-edged sword. I've thought a lot about those things, the duality of life. The good, the evil, the up, the down, the light, the darkness. On one side of this and one side of that, life and death. Like, it's bizarre. And they all seem to be like on two sides of the same coin. So that there's almost a circular, like a connection to it. It's almost like a yin yang in that way. It's fascinating when you see that across the board. Did you guys start mini garden for veggies and fruits? Yeah. That's on my list as well, to be honest. It actually is on my list to get done by the end of the year. I got to tidy up my entire property. I've got a little bit of a backyard, so if I tidy it up, I want to grow pumpkins and tomatoes and corn. What else? Yeah, you got the cucumbers out there. I was thinking about doing some onions, kale, beetroot, because I love that because it's good for the blood pressure. Yeah, maybe some carrots. But otherwise, pumpkins, because they're always good. I love pumpkin soup for the winter. Keeping that. And I wanted to grow it so that there was because I saw some video, I don't know if it's true, where you can plant certain things, like you plant your trees, and then the trees will produce fruits after so many years. And after it takes 3 to 5 years for it to all fully get going, but it's worth it. Maybe I should have done that for the 1,000-day challenge. By the end of it, it'll all be ready. But and then you get so you got bushes with berries and it's kind of like an ecosystem where the root systems all feed each other, and I don't know, it was an interesting video. I wish I could remember it. Reminds me of how scientists thousands of years ago had to convince their local lords to finance their research about life-changing technology by talking about how the same tech can be used in war to gain the upper hand against their opponents. Yep. Like they were trying to make the nuclear bomb, and they came up with the microwave, and they're like, hey, this heats up the burritos really well. It's pretty funny. Corn grow tall, they can be as tall as person. Yep, that's right. And it used to hide my weed really well. I don't do that anymore, but yeah. Then I had a nosy neighbor pop his head over the fence. I was like, well, guess I can't be doing that anymore. But now it's just for the corn. Now it's actually just for the corn. But sometimes it can also be just fun stuff, like how Viagra was discovered when a guy just wanted to find a cure for heart disease. She told, no, this was a guy. He was like this bald biker looking dude, and yeah, once he figured it out, I think everyone around me, they're either people who are staunchly against it, or they're people who would want to steal it. So I didn't have many people who were like, oh no, that's a good idea, we've got some going in our backyard as well and it's all good. Everyone's like, they're either for it or against it, and if they're for it, they want to steal it. But yeah, for heart disease, Viagra. I went to the sex shop one time, and right at the counter they got these crazy little pills. I think it was called Gorilla Juice or something like that. I don't know what it was called. It just had some fucking crazy name. Those things, they sell them at service stations and stuff. And they're supposed to be libido enhancers. But really it's just Viagra wrapped up in a pretty little pill, capsule. And she's like, do you have high blood pressure issues? I'm like, hell yeah. And she's like, don't take it then. You shouldn't have this. I was like, why not? She's like, because it wouldn't be good for you. Marijuana legal here in Cali. We can grow 6 cannabis plants outside. Yeah, we can't grow one without the police getting called. We're being illegal and getting a big fine. We're well backwards here. We now have the medicinal marijuana, but we can't grow it ourselves. And I wish more people would smoke it. They'd be a lot more relaxed. No, in the way that they'd be I don't necessarily endorse people taking drugs. But if you've got a good ability to control yourself, then it's all good. I just have to imagine the guy giving his test patient the supposed medication for his heart. And the biggest hard on, and he has to tell the doc about his new problems. He's like, doctor, I don't know about my heart, but my cock is fucking, it just won't stop. It won't stop, doctor, please. Fucking hell. Medical miracle. I bet if he was an old fella, he'd have been really happy. He's like, you didn't fix my heart problem, doc, but you've reinvigorated me in ways that that you can't even begin to imagine. Yeah, my heart is messed up, but my wife's really happy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, he's saying it for once, and it's not going for just 2 minutes. We're actually getting a ride out of this. I see Stoner's eyes were very pink. Yeah, and glassy eyeballs. Yep, that used to be me all the time, glassy as hell. I think my partner talked to his doc about getting them, but he had vitamin deficiencies. True. Yeah. I remember I laughed at my dad. I went into his room. He said, "Oh, can you grab me?" I think it was a lighter that was on his bedside drawer, and he happened to leave his little blue packets out. And I was like, "And what is this? Hey, what is this?" You old man. You need the blue one, do you? Oh, picking at him for ages. He's like, "Oh, they're just Smarties. They're fucking Smarties." He's like, "No, they're my lollies. I take them. I take them for a little bit of an energy boost." I'm like, "Ah, sure you do, mate." Oh, mate, he's my dad. He likes morbidly obese women. When I went on his computer, when as a kid, I was like 12, 13. Dad, I need to go on a computer. And then he's like, all right. And then you get on there, and you know how like back in the day, it used to show like your most frequent pages that you could visit, like recommended pages for you or pages that you visit a lot. And the one was big women, little panties. That's what it said, big women, little panties. I was like, what the fuck? And it was straight to the Pornhub. It was straight to it. He came over to me for years. He's like, "Oh, buddy, what's this? What's this on the screen?" It was like Kim in your area, and it's some lady with blonde, like short, spiky hair with these huge hooters just plonked on the table, and it's like Kim is near you in your area. And he's clicked the link. It wouldn't go away from his computer, and it was his wife's laptop, and he's like brought it over to me, buddy. How do I get rid of this? I was like, it's Control Alt Delete. Control Alt Delete. No, my mum. No, they were broken up for years. No, my mum and dad haven't been together for a long time. No, my dad was in like one place and my mum was like 4 hours away. But no, but his wife wasn't happy. But still, it was fucking funny. He's like, yeah, she wasn't happy. He got so many viruses, but he never forgot Control Alt Delete. Drugs, I think, are a social construct type thing. Social construct? What do you mean? Even setting alcohol aside, so many medical drugs do something about your head as well. Meds for headaches work in very similar ways that weed does. You have to explain that one. What does that mean? So many medical drugs do something about your head as well. Meds for headaches work in very similar way. I didn't quite get that one. What do you mean? But either way, yeah. Fat women, little panties. I'll never forget that. I was 12 years old, I was like, what the fuck am I looking at? Ugh. I don't know why. That gets me. Gets me every time. Social construct is just what a group of people think agree on that this thing is how it works or whatever. The discussion was made not because of something in physical reality, some fact to find or something, but entirely just on what the majority agreed on. Like for meds, is that like saying no, I'm a bit confused. Is that like saying like people used to think chloroform was just for sleep? Or something like that? Like I'm kind of getting what you're saying. Like it's kind of what they think it is. But it's not based in an actual like reality. Like I'm trying to think of an example, but I can't. I kind of know. I've got like half an idea of what you're saying. I'm not too sure off the top of my head. Heaven too. Did someone follow me? Shit. Didn't even notice. Oh, what are these messages? Is it? What is they reading? Oh, Heaven too. Sorry, I didn't even notice that someone else was there. What the fuck? No. They responded. When was this? January, February, March. I'm so confused. This person started following me a little bit ago. I'm very confused. Anyway, don't mind me, guys. Just confused about like someone who followed me earlier. I think it's that time of the night. Getting confused about everything. I better finish this and then move the desk and get some rest. Alright, for some reason, yeah, the big women here. Alrighty. I finished it, just good stuff. I didn't want to go over time. Fucking hell. I nearly went over. That's not good. I was only 20 minutes off midnight. I didn't even realize the fucking time. I've been reading and writing for 2 hours and 40 minutes. But only half an hour on both. Fuck, I'm a bit slow tonight. Anyway. That's that, guys. I've got to move this because I'm getting some carpet put in. I think I've already said that 20 fucking times now. So, I'm going to let you go. Everyone, I hope you have a great day, great night. Hope it's not too hot for you over in, hold on. Did you read something new there, did you? Holy shit. There are certain genetic variations in the human body that carry no social meaning whatsoever. For example, some humans have attached earlobes. Some don't. Yet, no one assigns a group affiliation, identity, or narrative to an individual based on their earlobe configuration. But as a result of, say, Nazi doctors trying to define the biology of a Jew, some earlobes are now Jewish. There is no Jewish race, but they invented one and forced it on everyone else. I heard Jews were a race. Maybe they're not. I don't know. I never researched it deeply, but we'll have to talk about this more next time, my friend. I've really got to get going. All right, Sklo. All right, Bullet. I hope you have a great time. It has been an interesting chat. I do appreciate these sorts of things. It's real, and I like that. So yeah, I'm gonna let you go. Stay magnificent, and yeah, take care. Oh, Bullet. Before you go, oh fuck, I nearly forgot again. Where are you from, my friend? Whereabouts did you say? Did you say it was was it Germany? Sorry, man. I will let you go after this, yeah? You got colours, alright? You gotta pick a colour. Alright. We got like yellow, purple, green, blue. Oh, is it actually? Yeah, green, blue, white, black. There's orange. Like pick a flag. And you gotta tell me roughly where you are in Germany. Like the city or the town or whatever. And then and you see that flag behind me? That one there? There you go. I'm gonna put it right near where you are in Germany. Nearly forgot. So whereabouts in Germany are you? Because everyone who follows me, if I'm smart enough to remember, they get a little flag, and I put it where they're from on the map. Pretty much in the middle of Germany, a bit to the north though. What's the town? I can just look up the town and then I can get a real idea of it. Let me have a look, see how big Germany is. I don't know. All right, Hanover. Okay. So you're right. Upper middle. Easy. Alrighty.
Are you done?
Just about. Doing this and I'm going. Right about there. There we go. Done, my friend. Alrighty. Now on that note, see now you're on the map. Alrighty. Stay magnificent. Take care of yourselves. Have a great day. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you're from. Till the next time. Bye-bye. I'm glad you enjoy, mate. Take care.